See a sucker soon on a hot summer day. Coffee comes back in a nerve-wracking way. The dishes and laundry take the garbage out. What a day, what a day, what a day.
Well, welcome to Capital Region today, and believe it or not, it's our 25th anniversary, and amazing. Where the time went, I have no idea, but here I am doing it again. I was almost going to wear what I wore the first time, but I couldn't find the jacket, so there you go. Anyway, we've got a great lineup today, and I'm so happy that you're joining us today for this celebratory day for us. We're going to have some great guests on. We have a little musical performance as well. We're going to be starting out with the Schenectady Light Opera. They'll be talking about Matilda. Then we're going to talk about Daughter for Hire and what they're doing. They have a fair coming up, and we'll be talking about that as well. The Electric City Chorus will be performing for us today, and they are always a great group, so be sure to hang in there and just listen to some of their great music they'll be playing. Then we're going to be talking about Alzheimer's and the Alzheimer's Walk that's coming up. They have one in Schenectady, another one over at Santa College. We'll be talking about those as well. And then we're going to wrap up the show with Harbinger Theater and Custom Cuts. I think you're going to hang in here, learn a little bit more about that. It's a story about Schenectady, actually, and it's written by Brian Sheldon. He's a great guy and does some wonderful writing. He's the executive director over at the Sand Lake Center for the Arts. But he wrote a play about his dad, I guess, so we're going to find out about that. So we're going to start out right off with our first guests, and those are two lovely ladies that are joining us. They're both Matilda. Hi, James. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, and you brought two of your lovely stars.
Yes. We have Ryleigh and Marlena here, our two lovely Matildas who have been sharing the roles so well, helping each other to get through just an incredible rehearsal process over at SLOC.
Is it a hard part? Ryleigh, is it a hard part to learn?
A little. It's a lot, but we handled it pretty well. It's easier when you to get everything down and put it together when you know it better.
Was it easier to learn the dialogue or the music? I'm going to ask both of you that. You're next, Mark.
Probably the music. The
Music
music's
was hard.
always easier for me.
Okay, because you didn't know the music, probably, right? Right. How about you, Marlene?
I love doing Matilda. It's really fun, and I've always loved theater. This is my second show, and I started doing theater quite a little while ago.
Oh, so this is your second show of performing?
Yes, and I love doing theater, and I really think I'm gonna grow up to live for this.
Well, you'll probably go to School of Fine Arts, and you'll end up with a degree in Fine Arts, and who knows where you're going to go from here, right?
Yeah, because one of the Matildas who played it on Broadway is now in Stranger Things.
I know, that's Gabby. She was on this show.
Really?
Yeah, she was on her show. That was a few years ago, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I should have grabbed one of those photos and brought it up here to show it, right?
No, we are very excited to be following in the footsteps of one of our famous alumni.
Yes.
And we had such a great turnout of little girls who all knew Gabby Pizzolo, knew she had started at SLOC, and wanted to be part of that legacy.
Okay, James, how many little ones do you have in the play?
Our total cast is 10. But in the show, you will see 9 at any given time because we have 2 Matildas here. Yeah, we alternate on each performance. But yes, we've got ages ranging from 7 to about 12.
Wow. And where are they coming from?
Mostly local. I don't think anybody's traveling further than Troy.
Yeah, okay.
But we had a great collection come to us from a dance studio, which our choreographer, Callie Lacey, teaches at. She had a bunch of students who were like, "You need kids who can dance? I know those kids."
I actually have a lesson with Callie today.
Do you have a lesson with Callie today?
Yeah, tap and jazz.
And you're a dancer too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they both
How about
are.
you, Ryleigh? Are you a dancer too?
I'm on a competition team. Lucky.
This is now. We heard that Marlena. What was your first performance, Marlena?
Music Man at the Scotia Gumbo High School.
Peter Pan. Okay, and how about you?
Music Man.
I was actually in Fools as the animals, and that was at debuts.
Okay. So is it in your blood? You really like doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think once you get on the stage, that's it.
There's the most rewarding part of this experience for me as a director has been to watch people this age fall in love with something that I've loved since I was their age. And the way you can see their eyes light up when they have an idea for something creative or they have a character moment like, oh, well, if the Trunchbull were to do something like this, I would react like this. Like, what if this person was my sister? And we carried that through the whole show, things that they come up with independent of the script. And that's the beauty of stage performance, of acting.
Live performance.
Using your own creative mind.
We are rich in this area with live performances.
Oh, yes.
I mean, and there are some cities that are large and that don't have the performances that we have here in our community with all the theater groups that we have. So there's a lot of opportunity. I know that you've been involved in theater quite a while. You've been on the show before. How does this production rank with some of the others that you've done?
I've always told, people ask me if I prefer acting or directing, and it's kind of an impossible choice, but I generally land on directing, and only because there's a certain pride, there's a certain joy that comes not from doing something well yourself, but seeing someone else do something that you helped to create.
You motivated and you encouraged.
There are adults in this. There are adults in this cast who this is their first musical ever. David Quinones, our Mr. Wormwood.
He's amazing.
He's
isn't
incredible. He's a mainstay with.
He was just over at Harbinger performing over there.
I was just in that as well.
You were in that too.
And he's a mainstay of the play community. He's been terrified to get involved in a musical, and we convinced him to come out for this. And you guys can tell me, Mr. Wormwood, he's not too bad, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
He's a nice man too.
Yeah.
He's so nice, and everybody loves his energy.
We worked on something, it was really fun. DQ slaps us in the face, but he doesn't actually touch us. Sorry for a spoiler.
It's a stage slap.
I know the stage slap
Yes.
like that.
See,
I was
Sorry
in a
for the
play and I
spoiler.
did that to somebody.
Sorry for the spoiler.
It's okay.
But I know I was in a play and I did that to someone. I did the stage slap and they thought I really hit the person, so I must have been good.
It's not. When you practice it, you can get that to sound very, very good.
It sounds really,
Ow.
yeah. So, but I'm glad that he
that
didn't.
sounded
Oh no.
We'd have had him arrested. Oh my goodness.
Well, and we have an amazing person on staff, our Molly Waters, who is a trained stage combatant who has gone through them on stage slapping. If any of you are familiar with Matilda, the movies, either of them, there's a famous scene that involves hammer throwing a child, which we do have, and we have done safely and very effectively. I'm
sure
really
you have.
excited for people to see.
Safety first, always.
Oh,
in
of
theater.
course.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know what we haven't said is when is this going to be?
We open this Friday,
But the preview
15th.
is tomorrow.
But there is also a Pay What You Will preview going
Here's the
up
preview.
tomorrow night, and I want to make sure I get that out to everybody because we have already sold out our Sunday shows this weekend and next.
Wow.
We are at limited seating for our opening night Friday and Saturday, so tickets are limited. If you're going to get them now.
And the Pay What You Will are on Thursday night.
This Thursday night.
Okay. You just show up and
Just show up. They'll have a box.
make a donation.
But I want to assure anybody who might be watching or listening to this, come. If Pay What You Will means nothing, come. I want butts in those seats for every single
Well, because
night.
you're looking for reaction. too.
Yes.
I mean, it's sort of like a preview, but you want to see, well, how's the audience reacting to this?
Well, and I think that's
Stage
what
set is so cool.
that's what they've been missing has been
Yeah.
where are the laughs, where are the gasps and the reactions? How do we cover the applause?
This is so exciting for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Like the audience reactions like help us perform because we
Yeah.
know when the first night we do it, we know when there's probably going to be some reaction, so we can play with it a little more to make more of either a laugh or more of a gasp or whatever it is.
And there's always been at least a few people in the audience for some of the kids, and there's always been either one of us in the audience for the actors and actresses to get reactions for the show.
But I know that you guys, I know that our cast is a little tired of hearing the same 5 people go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're tired.
Yeah, it's just a big
Well,
empty
if I'm in the
house.
audience, I'm going, yay! I'm going to really do it up
Absolutely, we're excited for
If
that.
you wear that sparkly jacket, I'm gonna notice you right away.
Oh, I don't wear this every day, guys, just to let you know, but today's the 25th, so I'm doing it. Thank you all for being here and break a leg.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Good. We're going to talk to our next guest, Daughter for Hire. They've been on before, and we've talked about some of the wonderful things they've done, and they have an event coming up, so we're going to be talking to them. Hey, hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Glad to see you're on the show today.
Yes, me too. Thank you.
Yeah, good. Tell me a little bit about what is Daughter for Hire? And I know you brought one of your.
Yeah, so Daughter for Hire is a senior companion care services company. We help seniors be able to age in place in their homes by assisting them with everyday activities that may be difficult for them to do.
So it could be shopping or walking the dog, I don't know.
Exactly, both. Shopping, walking the dog, helping them with meal preparation, taking them to medical appointments. We work a lot with people who may have cognitive issues such as Alzheimer's or dementia, and we'll help them by cueing them in things they're supposed to be doing in terms of eating, taking a shower, helping them with medication reminders. Things
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
and you're non-medical?
We're
Yeah.
non-medical, so it's strictly companion care services. But I think that's part of what makes us unique, because we can step in when a family member maybe doesn't have the time or can't be there at a particular time. That's a great way to utilize, we call our employees care companions.
I like that. And Amy is one of them?
Amy
So,
is
how do you-
one of our care
Tell me a
companions.
little bit about what your day is like when you go.
Well, I think it's something we just kind of play by ear and see what, the client is looking for. Sometimes we'll go out and, just get out of the house and do some errands. Sometimes we'll go out for a cup of coffee. Sometimes we'll sit and talk, and whatever, I'm thinking of one person in particular, right, whatever she seems to want. So I let her sort of give me the lead.
So are you, do you see the same person all the time? Is it like you make a connection with that person, or?
Yeah, I
Or
think-
do you see a different person every time?
No, I think the effort is to try to keep that continuity in place most importantly for the client. And it's nice for us too, because we get to know them.
Exactly.
So if that's at all possible, I think that's the way you try to work it, right? And, again, things happen, you have to be away, and they're always very good about getting substitutes in, so, someone's not left hanging.
Kelly, what are you doing now? You're the client, you take care of client services, right?
Yeah, I'm the director.
Carrie, I said Kelly, it's Carrie, yeah, I'm sorry, I knew it was Carrie. Kelly came out.
I am the director of client care for our Capital District office. So we are in Albany County, Schenectady County, Rensselaer, and Saratoga.
You have quite a large area.
We do. We have about 40 caregivers, over 100
You have 40,
clients.
so,
Yes.
and are these, are they on their own, or are they part of your employees? How does that work? I mean,
They're-
if someone wanted to join you, how would that be?
Yep, they're our actual employee.
Okay.
They get tax forms, everything is filled out, everything is on the books. Our caregivers work a minimum of 6 hours a week, all the way up to 40.
Oh, well, so it's quite flexible for your employees.
Absolutely, that is one of the biggest benefits that we can offer is we work our schedule around our care companions' availability. So Amy, for example, can work Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's when we will schedule her.
Well, that works out quite well because there might be people that have kids and they can do it certain hours, but they can't do it another hour.
Yes.
Do you do any evening service?
We provide care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
So it could be anything if they needed someone just overnight to stay in the house, it's
Yes.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, good, this is a wonderful service that you offer.
Oh, we absolutely love it. And what I want to say about our care companions, where I think it's unique, you know, because we're not medical, we don't require anybody to be licensed to be able to do something because we aren't able to do those things. But for the things that we're able to do, if you're the kind of person that enjoys this population, enjoys working with seniors, I mean, they have a whole lifetime that they've lived, so many stories
Lots
to
of
tell.
stories, yeah.
Exactly. It's a great job, and our care companions are absolutely fantastic.
Well, see, this is quite an endorsement for
It is,
for
it
you.
is.
Now, you have an event coming up at the East Greenbush Library. Tell me what that is. Are you looking for employees, or what do you do? What are you doing?
So this event is on September 27th at the East Greenbush Library at 1 o'clock. It is geared towards senior living, aging in place safely. We are going to have the Alzheimer's Association.
They're on the show today.
Yes. So they will be there, Rensselaer County will be there, assisted livings.
So you're having a number of booths and things that where
Correct.
people can kind of explore.
Yes, and get information. We want, even if Daughter for Hire can't help someone, we want the options to be where our seniors and their families can see them, where they can go and ask questions. You know, they can ask me, my mom needs this, can you help? If I can't help someone, if Daughter for Hire can't help, we will find someone who can. Somebody.
An agency that will be able to
Yes,
deal with that.
so we will have somebody there who can do personal care, who can do medical care. There's going to be somebody for filling out the Medicare, Medicaid paperwork, which is, exactly, and that's how everybody.
You know, and
does that.
everybody is challenged by that. I mean, not everyone,
Yes.
but it's quite often it's challenging for someone who may have cognitive issues and they're looking at this paper and they're asking the same questions over and over again, and you think they are anyway. And it gets difficult. It's nice to, and I help people with that, and I can tell that they just need, and sometimes they know how to do it, but they're afraid.
Yes, absolutely, and they don't want to write down the wrong thing. We have somebody that we work with, they don't charge anything. There are companies out there that are charging to help fill out the paperwork, and you know. So we want to connect people as best we can with the right organization. If somebody's looking for companion care, they can visit us at our table, talk to us, call us. You know, we're always there and we're always willing to help.
And you have a website, and I think we've had that up on the screen there.
Yes.
With the website, they can go in there and find out. They can probably even say, "I'd like to work for you" up there on that website as well.
Absolutely, we have a brand new website that we've just revamped. There is a careers tab. Somebody can fill out an application. Call us, talk to us. We love talking to people. Whether it be, one of our clients, their family member, somebody who's looking for a part-time job, helping people. We'll talk to everybody.
I mean, I think what you're doing is really so important because we find that people do better in their own homes than when they're kind of taken out of there and dropped into a new environment. Even though, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the other environments, it's just that it's a change sometimes for people. It's very difficult.
Yes.
They had all of their pictures and they had their piano and they had this and now they're in a room.
Right. So what we do is we make the most of their environment. So they get to share that with us as well. And we all know, especially since COVID, isolation is a big issue for the senior population. Regardless of what someone may work with Daughter for Hire for, one of the things that we bring to the table is that we are providing that companionship, that socialization to help people feel,
Connected.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And the other thing I wondered is, like, when you go into someone's home, and perhaps Amy can address this, do you see things that should be changed so they don't injure themselves, and do you make suggestions, or is that a part of what you might, with your keen eye?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm happy to say I haven't seen too much of that, but every once in a while it may come up, where there might be a rug someplace that really could be a little bit of a falling hazard, or, maybe a railing that isn't quite stable. But yeah, and I think it would be certainly our responsibility to bring it up to,
To address it. Yeah, because what you're trying to do is keep them safe in their own environment. So you're encouraging people to join you on the 27th at the East Greenbush Library. And is there any charge for you?
No, there is no charge.
No charge. Okay, so just come, and you don't care where they're from, just come over there and learn a little bit about what you do, as well as what agencies are available to help them through this difficult time sometimes. And sometimes this is only a temporary thing, and they're going to get better. And
Exactly. That's a big thing that we do. If somebody has just come from a hospital or a rehabilitation stay, they may hire us to help them for a temporary period as they continue to recuperate and get better. And, then we move on and they're able to stay home.
Well, it's important, I think, to address staying in. They always say that staying in place is always better for the person. It gives them a better outlook. They're looking out the same windows, and they're watching their birds, and they're doing all, and hanging up a bird feeder if they want it. Someone's not telling them, no, you can't do that.
Exactly.
So it's great. Well, Denise, thank you so much for being here. I know that it was one of your concepts. Amy, thank you for doing what you're doing. Thank you. And Kerry, thank you for what you do as well, because I think you guys are rocking.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And hey, we got some singers coming up. Whoa, there you are, guys. Oh my goodness. I am so happy to have the Electric City Chorus, and I understand they're having their first annual. Is it? Or have you done it before?
About the 75th annual.
Okay, so I was off.
First after COVID.
Over 70, that was what he said. He said first, so that's why I was got the first in my mind. But yes, the first after COVID. Everything we're going to do before COVID and after COVID, I think that's our life now. And you brought 4 of your singers. Who'd you bring with you?
Sure, we brought one of our 4 quartets, the Forgettable Four,
Okay.
with us. Back of me is tenor Dave Iovinella.
Hi, Dave.
In the back left is our baritone, Chuck Farone.
Hi, Chuck.
Far left is our bass, Don Cotugno.
Yep.
And our lead, Scott Rigney. And I'm Bill Serritella.
Yeah, and these guys have been on the show before.
They have. Thanks for having us
and
back.
And they're really good. They came and serenaded me one Valentine's Day. I remember that.
We do that as well.
I know. That was so nice. And they even brought me a rose. 2 roses, 1 rose. I don't know. Probably 2. But anyway, that was really nice. So, are you guys going to sing something today?
Sure. We're going to sing. They're going to sing "Daydreaming Boy."
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay, good. You guys get into position. And you're not singing, Bill?
Only when Scott's absent.
He almost had a chance.
Okay. And these guys have been singing quite a while, because I know they've been on the show a number of times.
They've been one of our more experienced quartets.
Yeah, they're great. Okay.
So I'm going to get out of the way and let them go.
That's okay. Good. Well, you hang out with me then.
I am.
Okay, good.
What a day for a daydream. I said a day. What a day for a daydreaming boy. And I'm lost in a daydream. A dream. Dreaming about my bundle of joy. And even if time ain't really on my side, it's one of those days we're taking a walk outside. I'm blowing the day to take a walk in the sun and fall on my face on somebody's newborn lawn. I've been having a sweet dream. Yes, I've been dreaming since I woke up today. He started me in my sweet dream. Because she's the one who makes me feel this way. And even at times it's passing me by a lot. I couldn't care less about the dues you say I got. Tomorrow I'll pay my for dropping my load. I'll find a face for being a sleepy toad. And you can be sure you're feeling right. I take you last into the night. And tomorrow at breakfast, pick up your ears. Or you may be daydreaming for 1,000 years. What a day for a daydream. It's custom made for a daydreaming boy. Daydreaming boy. Daydreaming boy.
You gentlemen don't need any accompaniment. Let me tell you, you fill the room with music. You really do. It's just so nice. You got another song?
Sure.
Absolutely. They do.
Okay, Bill, out of the way. One more time.
From the second half of our show, which is doo-wop, soul, and rock and roll, they're going to do a song that's a classic from the Five Satins.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we changed position. Wait a minute. Why did you change position?
I sang bass in that one, and I'm going to sing Berry in this one.
Okay, well, see,
swap.
Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, go ahead.
They give me a break once in a while.
Yeah,
when I
that's
sing
okay.
bass.
Good, it just, I couldn't figure that one out.
Shoo-doo, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doo, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doo, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doo, shoo-be-doo. In the still of the night, I held you tight, for I love you so. Promise I'll never let you go. In the still of the night, in the still of the night, I remember that night in May. The stars were bright up above. I hope and I pray to keep your precious love. So before the light, hold me again with all of your might. In the still of the night, in the still of the night. Shoo up, 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 whoa, shoo up, 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 shoo up. So before the light, hold me again with all of your might. In the still of the night, in the still of the night, in the still of the night, in the still of the night.
I'm ready.
It just was that music. You guys can sit down now. It was that kind of music, and I thought, oh, this is where you were dancing at the prom, you know, and you were listening to those wonderful songs. And as I said, you guys filled the room with music, and I'm sure your concert's going to be the same way.
Hey, it's that's the second half of the show. Dave and I chaired our annual show this year, but only if we can do the second half with doo-wop, soul, and rock and roll. So if you like Neil Diamond and you like Beatles,
Oh, you're doing Neil Diamond?
and you like Everly Brothers, and you like the Five Satins, of course, and any other artists from the 50s, 60s, then that's the second half. The first half of the show is traditional barbershop, a lot of Broadway shows, a lot of folk, a lot of traditional spiritual songs.
Not doing the Music Man, right?
Not
Don't
doing
they
the
do
music,
the-
no,
There's
not.
that quartet in the Music Man, isn't there? The barbershop quartet.
We actually do the, one of the songs from there, but not in this particular show.
Oh,
We have-
okay.
The chorus has 10 numbers that we're doing, but we also have 4 of our quartets that are going to be singing another half
You have some
dozen.
women too, right?
We have 4 quartets for the Electric City Chorus. We have 2 fabulous guest quartets from Capital Land Chorus.
Okay.
Intuition and also Madcaps. So they'll be singing about a half dozen numbers. And we also have an up-and-coming young group called Catalyst, which are all music majors. And actually 2 of the guys were former Electric City Chorus members when they were in high school at Mahonison.
Oh, okay.
And now
Now
they're
they've graduated.
music teachers and music majors, so they'll be on stage with us as well. So 2 hours of anything from...
And this is gonna be a slot, right?
This is over at Slock, yes.
Yeah, we had them on the first segment, so.
And we saw that. Actually, when they break and take down their set, we'll be putting up our set.
You were
So
gonna be going in there. I'd like to address this to maybe to all of you, I'm not sure who might be able to answer this, but who makes the arrangements? Because I was listening to that last one was amazing. Well, they were both amazing, but you seem to kind of jazz up the second one a little bit more than the first, but who makes those arrangements, or do you buy them? You get a pile of books, and you say, okay, we're gonna do this, this, and this?
people that know a heck of a lot more than we do, except for a few people here, but normally the song is obviously written and composed,
Oh,
and then
okay,
it's
see, I didn't
arranged.
know that, yeah.
We get our songs through the Barbershop Harmony Society. There's tapes and there's music and there's certain arrangements. They jazz it up as they want.
I love it, yeah, do
You know,
it,
with
do
a
it.
few little things at the end. But we have tapes that we provide to our members to learning tapes. And so that's basically how we learn.
Do the groups, I know these gentlemen, the Forgettable Four, which are not forgettable anyway. I know that they work together and they sing together all the time. Do gentlemen, or whether they're the women's groups or the male groups, do they interchange and change, or do they stick with their group, with their quartet?
No, well, we have 25 guys in the chorus.
That's what I was.
So, you know, within the chorus, we have 4 different parts. We have tenors, we have leads, we have baritones, and we have basses, split somewhat equally.
Okay.
So we'll sing as a group of 25 guys
Okay.
in 4-part harmony.
Okay.
Certain songs, and then during a concert or a gig, we'll come out and one of our quartets will come out and sing a couple of numbers, and then another quartet will sing. But everything is done a cappella. Everything is done in 4-part harmony, whether it's just a male group or Capital Land Chorus, the female group, or sometimes a mixed group. Will sing in 4 parts as well.
So if they're a quartet, if one person gets sick, do they get a sub in?
Yeah, a lot of times I hope
Yeah,
that
okay.
Scott gets sick.
I know, he said that. He was
hoping it wouldn't
doesn't
show.
show up. I
Or didn't
wouldn't
show, or
up
get a
tonight.
parking ticket on the way. Then I sometimes fill in, not ably, but adequately for Scott as a lead.
It was getting scary.
Okay, this is going to be a Slock, and when is this going to be?
It's Saturday, September 30th
Okay.
at Slock from 7 to 9. Tickets are available online. You can go on electricitychorus.net.
And they're only giving one concert, so they better get in there.
That's it. That's it. As the first group, we're following Matilda. So the Slock has 240 seats.
Yes.
So it's a nice, intimate setting. So tickets are going fast. So get your tickets now. You're no longer you're no further than 10 rows from the stage.
I know that it's a really
It's
nice
a great
theater.
venue.
Yeah,
It's a terrific
and
venue.
nice acoustics in it as well.
This is our first time that we're singing at Slock. We've sang at Proctor's, we've sang at Freedom Park, we've sang at Schenectady High School. So we now practice post-COVID at Slock is our home.
Oh, that's your home
So
now.
if somebody wants to visit us on Tuesdays,
Okay.
7 o'clock, anybody can walk into Slock and join us. We'll provide the tapes and the sheet music. We'd love to have people join
You're
us.
inviting people, of course, gentlemen, to join you.
Right, we love to have people. We love to have people, especially if you sing tenor And baritone, those are the harder parts sometimes to learn. You have to know what you're
I
doing
thought
to
the
sing
leads
that.
looked pretty tough.
The leads are tough enough, but it's easier than the other two parts.
Okay.
But as far as I'm
okay.
concerned, you
Scott,
have
you
to,
got off so
Absolutely.
easy.
you have to know music, but
Yes.
anyway, if people want to join us, we'd love to have you any Tuesday, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, so we
Price-
want to encourage,
price drop.
first of all, if you'd like to join the group, because you sing in the bathtub or in the shower, you might find out maybe your voice is a little bit better than you think it is. Come join them.
Yeah, we'd love to
Yeah,
have you.
yeah.
We'd love to have you Tuesdays, we'd love to have you at the show. This is exciting. Like I said, we have 75 shows in our pocket, except this is the first show in 3 years
Well,
that's
you
for the
said
public
the
out
first
of
annual,
COVID.
and I'm looking at that, I thought they did it before, but who am I to question it? Now I realize it's,
And this time we won't be
PC,
singing, we won't be singing in
post-COVID.
masks. First time we're singing in public without masks, so
Without
that's a
masks.
breakthrough.
okay, good. Thank you all for
Ann,
being
thanks
here.
for-
It's
thanks for
always a
having
pleasure
us.
to see you guys, and we should mention in Valentine's Day, you make deliveries.
You'll see that on our website. We send out.
Maybe we'll
we-
get you on again.
That's
We
right.
go
Come
out
on,
through
we'll
the
come
Capital
back.
District and sing probably 25, 30 Valentines.
You go to
anywhere.
nursing homes, you do everywhere.
We go to garages, we go to work.
You never know.
Anyway,
They're so
Thanks, Ann.
flexible. Thanks so much for being here. You guys are wonderful, and I love to hear you sing.
thank you.
Thanks for having
Good, yeah.
Yep.
Have a piece of cake on the way out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
look who's here, we're talking Alzheimer.
Yes.
And you're in the same seat that Dr. Mohawk was here, and they were praising you.
What a coincidence. We had no idea they were going to be here today. So
Great group.
It was lovely seeing them, yes.
So tell me about your walk. I know that you have one in Schenectady, you have one at Siena College, I think.
We do. So Lauren, one of our volunteers, was
Yeah,
kind enough
Lauren is a
to-
volunteer, and tell me what you do over at Alzheimer's.
Yes, my name is Cara Collier, and I'm the events manager at the Alzheimer's Association. So there's a couple of us that work in development, and I have Schenectady, and I do the gala. We have one of my coworkers does Albany. We have a walk in Cooperstown. We have someone doing the Hudson Walk, and we have someone up in Queensbury as well. So that's all the 5 walks that we have with our chapter.
Well, and you're the Northeast New York.
Yes, Northeastern New York.
Hello. Okay. Well, oh my goodness, Angela! Excuse me, I didn't know you. You
Unscheduled
snuck.
appearance here
You
on the
snuck
show.
up on me.
Yes, I did. Hello,
Oh,
hello.
it's good to see you, Angela.
We just wanted to stop by and unscheduled appearance, but
Unscheduled.
25 years of the show, and I wanted to make sure that we recognize 25 years, and you're doing such a great job. I could not let this moment pass us by. I wanted to be here on the show to be able to present this, and it recognizes the impact you've had in our community. You're a remarkable host.
Making me cry.
You-
Angela, you're making me cry.
We shared some memorable moments on this show.
I know, with the chickens.
Yeah, that's my favorite show. The chickens, the tomato sauce, the
chickens.
holidays.
I remember.
So, but congratulations.
Yeah,
We're
thank you
celebrating
so much.
25 years of the show. We're also celebrating you.
Thank
You're a wonderful host. Your warmth, your dedication, sharing positive news, positive stories in our community, uplifting our community.
You
Thank you
got to
so
be a
much.
guest star. You have been on.
We have to come on.
Yes,
Let's grab a
well, you
quick
came
picture
on for
here.
this. Okay. Oh yeah. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Take care.
What a surprise! Whoa! What a surprise!
I had sneaking behind you and I thought, this is important.
Look at that! Isn't that lovely? Isn't that sweet? Excuse us for a minute while we look at this. Yeah.
That is fabulous.
I don't know. I don't want to hurt it.
But it is a statement about what your show does for the community.
Yeah.
I mean, programs like ours, like everything that's been on today, we wouldn't have a forum without you.
Thank you.
Well, no, thank you.
But Alzheimer's, and it's funny, I was telling Cara that I...
Car, it's
Cara.
Look, here's my cue.
Cara.
Car up, car up.
See, this is the card I had.
Oh my gosh.
See,
From a
you had it
couple
for a
years
while?
ago.
Yeah, I must have been. I don't know what the year is on that, but she was the director of something or other. But anyways,
A couple of years ago.
yeah. So let's get back to the walk. It's going to be at the Mohawk Harbor.
Yes, our Schenectady Walk is on September 30th at Mohawk Harbor.
So you can come to the walk and then go over Slack and see this amazing presentation.
I know, it's right. Yeah, we can
On
do
the
it
same
all.
day, stay downtown.
Do it all.
Good day. It's a good day. So, yeah, that's the one in Schenectady. Our Albany walk is at Siena College on October 21st. So, no matter where you live and where your friends and family live, there's a walk close by.
Okay, so why are we walking?
Why are we walking? I love that. One of the buzzwords that we, kind of have in the association, or buzz phrase, is what's your why? Why are you here? Why are you volunteering? Why are you working, so hard for this cause? And people walk for several different reasons, of course. And I think this is a good time to talk about our flowers, actually.
Not that I normally want to draw attention to my chest, but.
The photos you sent, I love the pictures of the flowers.
Yeah, that's a huge part of our walks, is what we call our ceremony. And everyone there is able to take a flower that represents their why, and they all represent different things. So the orange represents someone who just supports the cause. They might not have a personal tie to the cause,
But they understand the seriousness of it.
Absolutely, and they want to make sure that future generations don't have to live with the things that we live with today and the realities that we're facing. So that's orange. Yellow is caregiver. So if you're a caregiver currently caring for somebody with Alzheimer's or dementia, you hold your yellow
It brings
flower.
it home too.
Absolutely, everybody.
We all have, it's hard to find somebody that isn't impacted in one way or another, and that's the point.
Yes.
Is that, you might be impacted in different relationships, but all of us, you couldn't go to the grocery store and not talk to somebody who's got a cousin, a neighbor, a mother, somebody down the street who's impacted in some way by Alzheimer's.
We're living longer.
Absolutely.
And because people are healthier physically, because Alzheimer's, you can be healthy and it's not like you're sick and you're,
Right.
although you can be, I'm not saying it isn't.
People
But the point
experience it
is,
very
the
different
longer
ways.
you live, the
Yeah.
more opportunity that this could hit you.
Yeah.
You always
So
joke
what do
and
you-
say in the caregiving business,
Yeah.
either your body or your brain goes. You can't keep them both.
No.
As you age. One goes or the other,
And what are the other flowers?
So the blue flower, that represents somebody that currently has Alzheimer's or dementia. And our purple flower it represents someone that has, someone who has passed from the disease. So we have, and the white, is usually we have a child that is involved with our association in some way, and they hold that flower to show the hope that we have for the future generations.
I love that. That's a really nice shirt.
And thank you. And everybody goes home with the flower too. So it's kind of nice after the walk to sort of, let your neighbors and people driving by your house know, like somebody else will see it. I go by after walks and I'll see the flowers in somebody's yard and I'm like, I know somebody in that house has been impacted by this. So it's something I have in common with somebody else.
And they're pinwheels. Maybe we should say that.
They're
So you stick them in your
pinwheels.
garden and then they're
So
pinwheels.
I'm going to look for yours, Lauren.
Absolutely. I always have a purple one out front since 2017.
I know where she lives.
That's right. We're near each other.
But they're making some strides. I know we're not going to talk drugs, but they're making some strides in medications.
Yes, they
to
are.
slow it down, but not stop it. Is that correct?
Yes, and it really does target, people that are in early stages. It just gives them more time. So I can't remember the average off the top of my head, but something of, a couple months to a year, something like that, where they're still able to be healthy, living in that state, having their memories, having an active social life, and I would give anything to have that with the people that I know that we lost.
month, year is
Every second
exceptional.
counts.
When that occurs. There's such sadness when you hear about a couple and then one and they don't even remember who the other person is. It seems like the tragedy is more on the person that is being affected by it, but not the one who has it.
Definitely, and it's a process, especially for the one that's going through the disease.
We celebrate my mother who died from Alzheimer's and then my father who was a caregiver with her and it took him down.
Exactly. Because the tragedy is that they've loved each other for all these years and shared so much and now it's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing with the walk is the money that they're raising, Cara's told me that 60% of it stays local.
Yeah.
So it isn't one of these huge organizations. I mean, how many times do we donate to a group and you think, I don't really want to
Yeah,
give a
10
dollar.
cents comes back to
Right.
the community.
Right, and the rest of it's going to some CEO that's making, $412 billion a year. The money stays local, so I have a client I'm taking care of right now, and we were talking about, because brain or body, he has a bad body, his brain is amazing, he's a retired professor. And we were talking about what the money does. He said, how does your money help? And I said, there's local doctors, neurologists, and people that are doing research in the Capital District. Zimmerman's group out
I
of
just
Albany
saw that
Med.
on Facebook that they were looking for subjects, that's an
yeah.
awful word to use, but.
Participants in
Yeah,
studies.
participants
Yeah.
in a study, on Alzheimer's.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We need, people that have the disease and also people that don't to help contribute to the new findings. So, like Lauren was saying, we are a national organization, but we're local. I live here, we live here.
Right.
And we
And
help
the
the
money
community
stays here. Right,
Yeah, a lot
right.
of it does. And we offer free care and support for people going through it, whether they have the disease, whether they are a care partner. Our walks mean so much more than just being there. We call them our biggest support group, which they are, but they give back to the community in so many ways.
And part of it I see, is looking at it from an outsider, looking at your walk as an outsider, I see that as a camaraderie of the people there who say, I understand. I know what you're going through.
Right, we're walking through each other's shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
And the walk is also great because I think it's an opportunity to socialize with other people, like you said, in the same group. It's also a very social event. So there's food and games and, things going on, presentations and opportunities to talk to other groups that are there. There are people that are tabling there, that are talking about, like how Daughter for Hire is looking because they're dealing with the same population that we're trying to help.
Absolutely.
It's also a good opportunity for high school kids and scout groups and stuff like that who need to get service hours in. This is a great way to volunteer.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. So you do an outreach trying to get people to get more involved.
Right. So, honestly, you can have a walk group of one who's raised $1. We're happy to have you be part of this thing. It's all
Now,
about
where
the
are you
community.
meeting? Because the Mohawk Arbor is, we got the casino and then we all the way down to the end. Where do you meet? You meet in the next to the casino?
It's in that amphitheater
The
area.
amphitheater, that's what I
Right
thought,
up
yeah.
behind,
So
You'll be able to find it.
Yeah, you'll
it's a
know
big
where
group,
we are.
right,
Yeah,
right.
you'll see us, but
you're gonna have a flower.
we're gonna have flowers. We're gonna have all of them.
I'm in charge of the
Everyone's gonna have
caregiver tent. So anybody who's a caregiver there, we've got a great group of gals that are coming in that are going to do some Reiki and massage, and we've got crystals there. I've got a girlfriend that's going to do some oracle reading. It's going to be nice because we feel that
It's a party.
It should be. It should
Well,
be.
it's a party celebrating.
It's a support party.
We're getting together and we're doing something.
Yes,
Right,
yeah,
right.
and Alzheimer's and dementia, anyone who knows and has gone through it, it's lonely. It can feel very isolating, and you think while you're in it, like, no one knows what I'm going through. And, so,
And then you find out, yes, I'm not
in
the only one.
our community,
Right,
and
right.
in Schenectady, in the surrounding counties, we're going through this together. So it's a party, but it's
No, I use that
No, I
in a
know.
celebration that
Well,
we're
I'm
together.
a planner.
Yeah.
It needs to be a party. It needs to be.
Parties are good.
Parties
yeah.
are always good.
That's right.
Do you have any advice, and maybe you do or don't, for someone who's watching right now and said, I think maybe my husband, I don't know, he put the keys in the refrigerator yesterday and he put the bread in the car, so I'm not sure. What advice would you give to that person?
So one of the benefits of association being a national organization is that we have a 24/7 helpline that they can call, and that's listed on our website. Whether they go to the national website or the local website, it's there. They can give them a call. Those people are with our national organization. However, they'll do an intake. They're licensed social workers, and the next day, our people here, our social workers here, will give them a call, follow up with them.
Oh, really?
Yep, have a care consultation, connect them with the right people, come up with a plan.
Medical evaluation. and
Yeah,
stuff,
they'll get them to the people that they need to get to. And people come in at every step of the process. We're just here to help. We are here to help. Yeah.
And it helps people that, so I called the Alzheimer's Association years ago because I lived far away from my parents. And I wanted to know how I could help at a distance. And they gave me all these tools, and I took classes, and we got a group up in my parents' community. I mean, honestly, without the Alzheimer's Association, I can't imagine, my parents wouldn't have been able to stay in the Adirondacks, which is where they lived.
Well, I'm telling you, I think you do a great job. And as I said, over the years, Alzheimer's has been on my show. We kind of lost contact, I think, maybe with all the stuff that goes on in our, with COVID and everything. But anyway, I hope that you have a huge crowd there. I'm going to try and get down there and at least.
Yes, we'd love to see you.
And anybody who would like to join the walk team, please, we're looking for walkers. So people
Reach out to us. We'd love to have you.
Go to their website. We put their website up there, so check it out.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
both
much.
for being here. It's been a pleasure to talk to both of you.
Thanks.
Good. And look who's here. Oh my goodness, one of my favorite groups, the Harbinger Theater. Oh my goodness.
Hello, Ann.
Good to see you.
Congratulations.
I haven't seen you in a while.
I know.
I know it's been a long time.
Yes, but
Well,
here I am.
So Brian has written a play about, I think, sort of about his dad.
About him.
His family.
Yeah.
I know.
His dad. And you're in it.
That's what I heard. Brian told me that. And I said, me? Why would I be in that? And he said, you gotta come to see. So I got my directions and everything, so I'm gonna come and see it.
Great.
At the Albany Barn from the 20th through the 30th.
Yeah.
You know, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7:30.
And maybe you'll catch
So,
Brian
yeah.
there. There will be talkbacks on Friday night.
I wouldn't plug the show.
So are you playing Bill or what? No. What are you playing?
I play the father.
That's Bill.
Yes.
Well, in a way it
I'm
is.
only kidding,
I know,
because
but
I know
you know,
it's Dad.
but it's an interesting question, actually.
No, I
because
know it's
in a
Dad,
way
that's why.
it is, and in a way it isn't. There, you know, I mean,
Well, he
you try.
he takes poetic license.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. And, you know, you're seeing when you tell a story and you turn it into something unlike life with a definable beginning, middle, and end, there are other choices you make in telling that. So you know, you want to be as honest as you can, but also, you know, this is a character.
It's gotta be entertaining too.
Yeah.
So tell me what part you're playing. Okay.
Hi, I'm Angela.
Yeah, hi.
I'm the director.
And okay, oh, you're the director, so
Yes.
you're not playing any. Well,
I
you
know.
are playing a part. You've got a big part. You've got to make them do what they're supposed to
Yeah, my job's pretty much over.
do. Okay. And by now it is. It should be.
We're heading into Tech Week, so.
Yeah. How many in your cast?
6.
6. Okay. How easy are they to work with?
They
Please don't
are,
listen, Mike.
close yours. No, wonderful cast.
Yeah.
Half the work is done in the casting process, and I really was very lucky with it.
Was Brian part of the casting?
No.
No, he wasn't. Oh, that's interesting.
No, actually, we only saw him just about a week ago. He came for a read-through for the first time.
He's such a great guy, isn't he? Yeah. Is he? So tell me, and your part is. I need to know.
I play you. I'm Debbie.
You're Debbie. You're me. Oh,
Debbie.
my goodness.
And I play
Character
you.
Janet.
Yes.
Janet.
Okay.
My character's name is Janet, and she's you.
Thank goodness it's not Ann. But anyway, so
Some names were changed.
Okay, so tell me what the play is about. It's about custom cuts and.
So on the surface, it's a family drama, right? The relationship between father and son, and really the journey that Anthony, which is actually based on Brian's life, the trajectory and how he grows and is able to eventually stand his ground and speak up for himself and find his own happiness in sort of taking action against his trauma and his pain from childhood. Really gaining his independence and his voice.
Is this? It's strictly a drama then.
There's
Is there a little humor in
There's
it?
some humor, yes, of course, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. But
Because I can't imagine Brian writing anything without a little humor in it.
Yeah, well, but it was a tumultuous period for him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and so to honestly, as an artist, to be able to present to the world, this is the world as I have experienced it, as I have seen it. I hope for him it's somewhat healing too, to put it out there and to find peace with that time and to know that what he did, the actions that he took, not only help himself but serve the community, because there might be someone else out there with some trauma and pain.
So it's a bit of a biography, but not a real biography. I mean,
well, his stepdad is in it, his sister is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know the family, so I mean, I was excited when I heard that he had written that.
Yeah,
and
of course it's not an exact reflection of it. It's
Yeah.
his interpretation of his experience, but there's a lot to be gleaned from it. It's a tough story, and I think a very uplifting ending for Anthony, for Brian.
Yeah. Actually, his brother's name is Anthony.
That's great.
But there's no brother in the show.
No, I know. No, but I know. I think
know.
Gloria has a brother named Anthony as well. So yeah, that may be why he's giving a little tribute to his brother in that too, as well. This is going to be at the Albany Barn. Where is the Albany Barn? It's not a barn, okay? I mean, everybody looks at me and go, "Oh, a barn."
It's
I
two
go,
blocks.
No, it's not a barn.
No, 2 blocks up from Cap Rev. It's really.
It's a walk up from what?
Cap Rev. It's
Oh,
really not that far.
Well, yeah, well, it's a steep hill, so like a fat guy like me would not be walking those 2 blocks. But yeah, it's over on Lexington Avenue. And
It's actually on
The old-
2nd Avenue.
Right,
yeah.
Right near the intersection of North Swan and 2nd Avenue.
But who's counting?
So, and how big an audience can you hold there?
We're not exactly sure yet. We're
Okay.
still working the details out.
Getting the chairs in.
But about 60.
60. Oh, that's a nice intimate group.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
I
want
like
it to be
that.
intimate, and it was arranged in such a way that really the audience is part of the drama. They're literally right in line with the furniture and looking down in on the.
This is
experience.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been at the Schenectady barn, but not to the Albany barn
Oh,
yet.
great.
So yeah, so I've got to check that one out too.
They're similar. They're both beautifully converted schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. The repurposing of those buildings is amazing, and not only that, but it gives an opportunity for artists to be creative.
Have a space to.
When you walk in, there's so much art everywhere, and I love it.
It's an inspiring place to be, and I hope everyone else enjoys being there as much as we do. Yeah.
And you've been practicing there.
We actually just transitioned there last
Okay, where were you
evening.
practicing
We were
before?
practicing at the Playhouse Stage Studios in Cohoes.
Okay.
Really great at the Playhouse studio at the State
But
Playhouse.
you probably didn't have access
Park
to the barn
Playhouse.
at that point.
No, Park Playhouse was generous enough to give us their studio space, and then we were able to move in this week. So we have a full week in the barn. The
And
transition.
what are you doing for a set? I believe that the set is always exciting, and it doesn't even have to be, elaborate. I just like to see whether the director or the producer sees what that set should be like. To me, it's just like.
Yeah. So when you walk into a space, when you walk into
Yeah.
a theater, it should tell you something.
Yeah.
What you're about to be presented.
Yeah.
So simplify for sure. We are definitely going for something simple, very intimate. Again, the
It doesn't
audience.
have to be
the audience,
elaborate.
yeah.
I've said that.
Yep.
Because you can do a lot with 2 chairs and.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
So my hope is that you'll feel like you're in a space that's been displaced.
Okay. A space that's been
Displaced.
Well, tell us one more time, when and how can they get tickets?
Well, there's a free preview on the 20th, and then it is the 21st, 22nd, 23rd.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7:30 p.m.
And
Is there a
it
Sunday?
2 weekends?
No Sundays.
No Sunday.
2 weekends.
Two weekends.
Okay.
And then the following weekend, the 28th, 29th, 30th.
Okay.
And you can go to Harbinger Theaters.
Yes, and Patrick White does a fabulous job with his productions. He's an amazing man. So you're so fortunate to work with him.
I know.
No
Don't
question.
we all love Patrick?
Yes.
Absolutely do.
Good old PW.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Ann.
I
And
hope
congratulations on 25 years.
that- Yeah.
Yes.
I did not realize.
And I don't blame you for booking me last, because I'm sure the other guests left me a piece of cake.
Listen, I can do another show right after this, so here you go. Oh, wow. There'll be plenty there for everybody.
All right.
So good to see you.
Thanks for
Good to see you.
having
Let me tell you
us.
what's coming up, the next show coming up. We're going to have the International Center of the Capital Region on. They have an event coming up. A Place for Jazz. They're having their concert. Yay, their concert series. And that is going to be at Schenectady County Community College. Schenectady Civic Players is going to be here. We got the Sch'dy Historical and the Old Stone Fort coming on, talking about their Harvest Fair, and the Singles Outreach Services is celebrating their 40th anniversary. Hey, it's the time for anniversaries, so thank you for watching. I'm Ann Pearl, your host and producer, and we're celebrating 25 years. And I think we got some pictures of the great guys that have been on our show, so there you go. And a few of them have passed, and we have one of those too, so just come join us sometime. Sit in our audience. I'm Ann Pearl.